Yes, people, welcome to another episode of the Analysis at Anfield podcast on Sarcasm City TV. And I've got two special guests here as well. Obviously, none of the regular co-hosts can't make it today. You might see one of them pop in, I don't know. But, you've seen these guys on other channels, man. You've seen these guys on other channels, saying LSC TV, etc. So I'll introduce them. Introducing my guy, Ish, bro. How you doing? You're good, man.
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's a beautiful time to be a Liverpool fan, man. So yeah,
Wow.
I
Tell me
appreciate you
about it,
having me
man.
on. But yeah, big up, man.
Yeah,
But yeah,
anytime,
man.
man.
Just
Anytime, man.
keeping it
Anytime, man.
moving to the end of the season. See what happens, man. But
Bro, it's gonna be
happy
tense,
days,
man.
bro. Happy days, man. Happy days,
Yeah,
man. Can't
can't.
complain at all, man.
Facts, man. Facts. And also introducing my guy Roms. How you doing, bro? You all good?
I'm good, bro. First of all, thank you for having me. But yeah,
Cheers for
just
coming
echoing
on.
what Ish
Cheers for
said,
coming on.
it's a great time to be a Red, man. It's a great time to be a Red and just ready to chop it all up.
Of course, man. Of course, I hear that, man. Yeah, I mean, we'll get into all that as well. But before we start, people, make sure you press the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. Go and follow these guys on their socials as well. I think their Twitter rats are out there, and you can see them there on the screen anyway. So make sure you go and subscribe to like Saint LSC TV. Obviously, these two are always on there, so make sure you go and subscribe there as well. Obviously, he's one of the regular co-hosts anyway, but he can't make it. He's on holiday, so big up him as well. But yeah, we'll get started anyway. We'll get started. So obviously, this is your guys' first time on this show. So I'll ask you, instead of preview and reviewing the game the other day, what are your thoughts on the season so far? Anyway, the whole season so far. I'll go to you first, Roms, man.
What can I say? The season so far has just been brilliant. That to be in all four competitions at this stage of the season, there's nothing more to say really. It's amazing. We're literally doing the best we can possibly do, and obviously we're gonna go into predictions what we'll win and what not. What the title is of the show, but it's just, if you ask me at the start of this season, do I feel we'll be in all four competitions? And the answer would have been no. So the fact that we are, it's amazing. It's amazing, and I just think we're in for something really special.
Yeah, man, I hear that, man. I hear that. Ish, I'll go to you. Same question to you, bro. Thoughts on the season so far, man?
Bro, pretty much I just want to echo what Roms was saying, innit? Like, if you said to me at the beginning of the season, would we be here? I would have said no, but not because of the quality of our starting 11 or our main players, but it would have been more of a thing where I was just like, we ain't really got the squad for that, innit? But obviously the Diaz signing, even though we've had injuries, we've been lucky in compared to last season with injuries as well. Like, our main players have been pretty much fit all season. Van Dijk's just gone back to doing what Van Dijk does, just playing every game. Fabinho, like, the spine of the team has been pretty much consistent for the whole season. Obviously, we've seen Alisson doing madness recently as well. So so far this season, I mean, there's obviously a chance that we can just walk away with one trophy in it, but we're leaving with something else. We're leaving. If you ask me honestly right now, we're getting that. We're bagging at least two more trophies.
I think we'll bag the FA Cup for sure. I'm confident about the FA Cup at least.
I think we'll bag the FA Cup and one other big one. If I'm being honest, but see this quad talk, I'm not shying away from it, man.
Yeah,
you can't shy away from it though. You can't. It's impossible to. You know when you hear all the players, all the players and manager in the dressing room talking, they're not talking about the quad. They're not thinking about the quad. That's bullshit.
They gotta say that.
It's impossible.
Of course.
It's literally impossible.
Facts. Like, we got 9-10 games left. I know it's cliche, but everyone of them's a cup final, innit? And bro, we're something great's happening this season, man. Something great is happening. I don't know 100%. What it is, but we're doing
it does
something
feel
mad.
Like it.
We're doing something mad. I don't think we can be beaten right now. Obviously, Newcastle's gonna be a tough game, but we're on smoke. We're on the smoke right now. Bro, it's just mad. It's a mad time to be a Liverpool fan, man. Just gotta enjoy the ride, man.
We'll get into the Newcastle game a bit later, but obviously, if I was to rewind to the end of last season, obviously we all know last season, obviously we struggled, only got top 4 in the end. Obviously, there were reasons for that, as we all know, but when in the summer during the transfer window before this season started, what were your guys' thoughts and expectations going into this season? I'll go to you first in this, Roms.
In all honesty, I was expecting probably a domestic cup and a top 4 finish, and probably semi-final in the Champions League. I didn't have high expectations for the season, purely for the base that what Ish touched on earlier. I didn't feel we had the squad, but the signing of Diaz, signing of Kanat start of the year, it's just bolstered our squad to a whole nother level. And obviously we've exceeded my expectations. Like I said, I knew it wouldn't be a trophy. Say that again.
I think you've surpassed everyone's expectations.
100%. I knew this wouldn't be a trophy this season because I was saying a domestic cup and probably second place finish. I didn't think. I'm going to be honest. I had Chelsea or United to win the cup.
United.
I did. I was deluded at the start of the season. The Varane factor and
did you get something to the hype or something?
See, I'll gas you.
Yeah, it was
they had one Bissaka in them, man.
They got
they had one Bissaka and McFred in that.
Bro, it clouded my judgment, but I didn't have us to win this title start of the season. So, but how it's planned out. Expectation. I always knew you can never write us off in the Champions League. I always knew semi-final minimum. Minimum because we just have that love affair with this competition. And I knew either or FA Cup or Carabao, but I didn't have high expectations. But I had a decent season in mind. So what we're doing now is we're in dreamland.
Yeah, I hear that, man. I hear that. Same to you, Ish. What were your expectations and thoughts going into just before the season started, going into this season?
I'm gonna be real, and you can go back and check the tapes as well. I said the league. Obviously the league's probably the least likely of the ones that we got now, but I knew we'd be back in the Prem. I knew for a fact after what happened last season. I always said that this season was going to be our actual title defense in it because last season we actually started all right. I think we was top until Jan. Obviously, then the madness.
We were top at Christmas. Remember we beat
Palace. We were doing all right. Yeah. So we were doing all right. Then obviously it just kind of fell apart. Everyone talks about the Van Dijk injury, but if you actually check it, we were actually still in and around until Gomez went down. Matip,
the domino effect,
bro, it just went left, bro. It just went so far.
Then we were putting midfielders in defense and all that, and then
at one point we had Fab and Hendo as our centre backs. So I was like, what the fuck is going on, bro? The season couldn't have been more mad if we tried. But I knew this year we were going to come back pissed off. Van Dijk missed the whole year. Obviously, Klopp, what happened with his mum and that as well. That last season was just Alisson with his dad as well. Last season was just a complete madness. So I knew we'd be back, but I thought the title. I thought for a fact we were going to come back strong, and then everything else, I was just that's a bonus, innit? I just wanted us to be strong again in the league because people were starting to talk a bit too much crud on our name about our title defense and how we've just scraped the top 4 and that. But don't forget, we finished 3rd as well. We went on an amazing run towards the end of the season. Only finished 5 points behind them, man. The red half of Manchester. So I knew that once everything was patterned in our squad, we'd be back. And listen, it's just everything that's happening now is a bonus, isn't it? As long as we obviously the league's going to be hard, but I got a feeling something's going to happen, man. I got a feeling there's going to be a twist in this title race. We got to make sure we're ready, innit? We got to make sure we do our job, and then got to hope for a little favour from another team. Maybe Leeds tomorrow. Who knows?
Yeah, I hear that, man. I think my expectations from what I remember before the season started, obviously I saw. You know what? I didn't get sucked into the United hype. I refused to get sucked into that because I knew they had a bad manager in it. I knew they weren't going to do anything in terms of the league, but I got sucked into the Chelsea hype. That's the thing I got sucked into.
I had
the Chelsea hype.
They gassed us, innit? They gassed us with their
they won the Champions League. I thought it could be similar to when we won the Champions League. And I feel like that was a catalyst for us to go on and win the league. Yeah. As soon as we won the Champions League, I was saying we were winning the league the next season.
Yeah.
I said it with chest. I knew we were winning it
next
season.
that was my logic as well. That was my exact. Because when I said United, I had United to challenge. I didn't have them to win. I said Chelsea, Lukaku, I thought was the missing piece to the jigsaw, and they would win the league. And they were already conceding. They're quite robust. It was kind of reminiscent to the 04 to 05 team that they were already conceding, but. Yeah,
you know what though? You know what? I don't have anyone else to win the title while Pep and Klopp are still in this league.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
The
100%.
consistency, like obviously Chelsea fans would have told us that they had the best 1 to 23 scored, 2-man in every position. Then as
Bro,
soon as they get a
they
couple
were
injuries,
doing
it
they were
starts.
doing
Bro,
an A and B team started the season.
these are attacked, bro. These are attacked. But I knew for a fact to win this league, you've got to go on. Look at the run we've just been on. 10 games, won in a row. Then we obviously drew the City game, but I didn't
But we've
think...
actually kind of been on 2 runs. Do you remember after we lost to West Ham, I think, in November?
Yes.
And then we went on like I wouldn't say like a 10-game run, but maybe 8.
Like
or
6,
think it
7
was
games
8,
until
yeah.
we played Leicester.
8-game winning run.
Yeah.
And then we drew to Spurs because we had loads of players out with COVID and all that stuff. Remember?
So yeah, but I just never thought, I never had Chelsea or United down to go on a run like that. Like, because us as City and are setting the standard. To win this league, you got to go 15, 16 games unbeaten. But so
Bro, you have to get minimum
not even
9
unbeaten. You
points.
have to win those games in a row.
Facts.
It's not even unbeaten, fam.
Bro, draws these days, I can't even. For me, a draw's like a defeat.
Draws feel like the end of the world
And
now.
just-
Legit.
Bro, it's mad.
Just to add the maths to that, you literally have to have minimum 90 points to win this league.
It's mad.
Minimum. It's crazy.
Mad.
But this is unheard of. This is unheard of.
Honestly,
You basically have to win 30 games minimum to have a say. It's
I
crazy.
can't lie, you know.
Crazy.
As much as I'm enjoying this little City Liverpool, I kind of can't wait for it to be over. You know, I want a league title done.
you know what?
Yeah.
Now that Klopp signed the contract, I need Pep to just fuck off now. Legit.
Pep's not going, man.
Right.
Pep needs to go, man.
Pep's not going, bro. Pep's not
So-
going.
so-
I'll tell
Me
you
and
something.
Ish were saying, even if he goes on a sabbatical and comes back, just let us breeze the league for 1 year.
Let's have a
Give me
couple of
1 year.
back-to-back
Just give me
titles.
1
man,
year to
whilst
just
he's
do
gone,
it,
innit?
just smash up the whole
Yeah.
thing, man. But yeah, I think they've got some. Their rivalry is the next thing in it. I think Klopp must have seen that Pep was talking about renewing. Klopp was like, "Boom, I'm gonna do it." Pep's not gonna just leave City now, especially with obviously Ten Hag. I think might have been a good replacement for Pep at City, but he's gone and done his own thing now, innit? So I can't see Pep leaving because I think his one's up 2023. I want to say
Next season, I think. Next summer.
yeah, man. Anyhow he leaves, bro. Imagine just 3 years of just Klopp in the league, no competition, bro.
Bro, with 3
Yeah,
P,
clean it
4
up.
P in, all that stuff.
Bro, it's gonna come. It'll come like a farmers league kind of thing, but
It will, bro.
Boy.
It will. But
it's mad. It's mad.
obviously, like going into the season, you know what? Going into the season, I thought when I look at it now that I thought it would be us and Chelsea swapped. So I thought Chelsea would be there competing with City, and then we'd be in that kind of 3rd place on our own. I knew we'd be better than last season. I knew we'd get top 4 easily with our players coming back, but I didn't think we'd be in a title race or anything. And I thought we'd just be in that kind of 3rd place on our own. We might have to hope on a Champions League run, domestic cup, like you said. But yeah, they've surpassed my expectations, bro. But I could tell, you know what? I could tell from a few games into the season that actually we are capable of going on a title challenge just because I saw the players were back, Van Dijk's back, Matip's there, the back four was settled, the system, we were able to play the same system again because, let's be honest, it wasn't the same last season with Van Dijk and all these man gone as well. So, man, yeah, but I never expected us to be like, you know what's great? I was saying quadruple, yeah, from like the first game of after the Norwich game, first game of the season, but I feel like I was saying that just with a bit of gas in it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've got the tweets, I've got the tweets, man. I've got receipts for that, man.
Hey, make sure you run them up when it happens.
Bro, if we do it, that's the first thing I'm doing,
on a little shameless thing, he's like, I told you so.
Oh,
Man.
100.
I told you so. It's mad,
100%.
man. It's mad.
It's mad, man. But if we were to go into all 4 competitions, obviously, Carabao Cup, obviously, let's start with that. We've won that. I think that was, for me, a very important thing, obviously, because you look at what City have done, how they've treated the Carabao Cup over the years, that's almost been a catalyst a lot of the time for them going on to win the league and stuff, and I always say that's an important trophy to win because you win it earlier in the season, and I think that's helped us, give us even more momentum so far this season, and what are your guys' thoughts on that? Do you agree with that? And how important do you think
Just to jump in, literally just to echo what you just said, 2 of the greatest managers ever in Mourinho and Pep literally said that, like, they focus on that trophy. It's the first available to win. It's a catalyst to win the 2 other big trophies. It installs that winning mentality, winning culture. It may be a lot of because you make as a big club, you'll make big signings most summer. Mo Salah. So it will be few of your players' first trophy. Like us, it was Kanate, it was Diaz, it was
Jota.
Demi, it was Jota. It was a lot of our players' first trophy. So yeah, I've always said mainly the FA Cup, but I wanted Klopp to respect the domestic cups a bit more, because FA Cup, I've always loved it. I feel like, especially if you're from this country, oldest competition in the world, that everyone in the country is involved. And we've not. This is the main fact. We've not won it since 2006. Like it's been too long. So I'm happy that he's actually respected both cups this year. And to be fair, you can't really criticize Klopp, because I understand why he hasn't. We didn't have the squad depth to be taking them seriously in previous seasons. But now we actually do. He's actually said, yeah, we're going to give it a go on all fronts for all trophies. And it's just amazing. It's amazing. But Carabao Cup was very important.
I gotta say as well. Sorry to cut you out. I think we've been lucky with the draw as well, because
I agree.
Keep it. In the last since the last time we won the FA Cup, we've been getting some mad draws. Even last season we bucked United in the fourth round. I think they lost
Chelsea the year before, wasn't it?
Chelsea the year before. We actually had. Because I just thinking about it the other day, our path to the FA Cup final was relatively quite smooth, wasn't it? We didn't have a Premier team.
Yeah, it was all right. Except for City in the semis, but but we had
you're
always going to play them eventually.
Norwich, but that's what I'm saying.
The tough one, sadly, was Forest. Forest was probably
Forest was definitely the toughest one.
Yeah,
because if I'm not mistaken, was that not around the time of the Benfica game, or was that Inter?
No, I think that was just after we beat Arsenal. I think was that just after we beat Arsenal in the league?
Yeah, that would have been
around the time of the champs.
It was the first game before international break. Yeah, that was the last game. Sorry, before the international break.
Yeah,
but that was a tough game. Was that 1-0 or 2-0?
Yeah, that was 1-0. That was a very tough game.
Jota late.
Jota got. Oh boy,
that was a tough game.
We've been blessed with some good draws, but for me, we got to wrap it up now, man. We got to pattern Chelsea. The way Chelsea are playing right now, I expect us to pattern them in the final. It's going to be a tough game, but if that's the only thing they've got to play for now, we should really take care of them easily. But boy,
I was going to make a point on that Chelsea thing, but before we go on to that, just big up Marshall in the comments. He says, big up Roms, Ryan, Ish, Goats. Big up yourself, man. And big up this guy as well, man, who says, big up the gang, man. Couldn't be bothered, turning up for this stream, but, we move in it. We move, man.
I'm doing a vacation and that.
Lazy guy, man. Big up my guy, Nick, bro. Big up. But, obviously in the final Carabao Cup, we played Chelsea. Let's be honest, we did get a bit lucky. In that game. Still, they probably should have beaten us, innit?
Listen, Ryan, I was just going to say, me and Ish were there, and it was the most draining final. Not even just watching, being there, and not even the fact that it went to. Not even the fact that they should have beat us. The fact it went to penalties. Then
the goalkeepers.
Yeah, it was. It was draining. But you're right. They should have. They had the better chances, but at the end of the day, they didn't, and we're happy about it. And I feel our best player in the last month wasn't playing that game. We're gonna have to for this game. He's gonna be key. That's why I'm even more confident. And the way they're playing, correct me if I'm wrong, they were in a better run of form going into that final.
Yeah,
they're very hit and miss right now, and you can't just turn it on against us. You have to be in a rhythm. So I'm very confident. I think FA Cup's pretty much nailed on.
Oh, I think we'll win the FA Cup. I'm quite sure we'll win that. But
word to Roms as well. Just quickly, with Thiago being in the form he's in right now, their midfield's not even looking too good at the moment.
Oh,
Ante's been dropping some clangers recently, bro. He's been dropping some clangers, bro. And Kovacic, I don't think he can't really stay fit these days. Jorginho's just Jorginho, but
he came. He's back in training, I think, today actually.
But with them men up front that they've got, I expect us to beat them, bro. I was watching a bit of that United game yesterday.
And
the fact you can't beat in itself, the fact you can't beat United right now.
That's what I'm saying. Every man's touching United these days, but if you can't beat them.
But you know what what Chelsea fans, all I hear them saying at the moment with regards to the FA Cup final is, look at the way we played against you in the 3 times we played. But then when I deep those 3 games, the first game was the Anfield game, innit? I was there with the James handball. Let's be honest, You know, when all those 3 games, I don't think Thiago's played in all those 3 games. You know,
No, he hasn't.
And obviously you have the Stamford Bridge game. Well, let's be honest,
midfield, bro.
We had Milner and Henderson in midfield. Like, come on, man.
I can never see that midfield again.
Oh, that midfield gave me nightmares, man.
Just stay.
That was horrible. And then obviously Carabao Cup final, you have your best midfielder get injured in the warm-up at the end of the day. I think if we have Thiago starting that game, I think we win that in 90 minutes. I'll be real.
And if you're using the Stamford Bridge game as an example, we were 2-0 up. We let that slip. I wouldn't say it was testament to how they played. That was on us. But yeah, they keep using them as examples. Like I say, every game's different, and we've only got better and better as the season's gone on. So if I was them, I wouldn't be looking at them games. I suppose you have to go off what the games you've recently played against us, but I don't think that's a fair reflection right now because we're just getting better and better.
Yeah, I hear that, man. I hear that. Big up Abdallah as well. He says, large up Ryan, Ish, and my guy Roms as well. Big up yourself. Nick also says, imagine United and our Leeds, if you don't pipe them, you feel scummy. But yeah, we've spoken about the FA Cup. We are all confident that we're going to win that still. So if you were to go to... Let's go to the Champions League now, actually. Let's go to that. Look outside Rom's way. Go on, Roms, take it away, man.
Bro, we're winning it. And let me tell you why. I don't want to hear this City. Right, I'm going to go with both teams because I'm trying to do the humble thing because even I said we're not 100% through against Villarreal. I'm being shit. I know we are. I just want that early goal to assure it because if they get the
I agree.
Then the vibe.
The man's got early.
Exactly.
Long,
and
their ground, shit myself, man, if that
their ground's very similar to us. It's quite a tight ground. It's kind of like an English ground. You know what I mean? But like low capacity, I think they hold no more than 25,000 as well. It's got quite a tight ground, so it's almost like the crowd feel them kind of coming onto you. But we beat Villarreal, I'm sure of it. And regardless, I think it's Real Madrid in the final. Personally,
I was actually going to get onto that, man.
I know Saint feels it is, but either or, I'm going to give you my reasons for either or why we win the Champions League. And it's pretty simple. We get Real Madrid, it's redemption for 2018. It's destiny. We slap them.
If we get Real Madrid somehow, we'll beat Real Madrid in the final, I think, as well.
Because I can't
I think we'll beat them. We'll beat them easy as well. I think it'll be like a 2-0.
If we play properly, we will beat them well, I think.
Because, listen, as class as Modric and Cruz are, and Casemiro, 3 world-class midfielders, their energy's not there anymore.
I think Cruz is finished now, to be honest.
I don't know. I think that's a bit reactionary. But he had a stinker midweek.
He's been having stinkers a lot this season in the Champions League as well, man.
He's like Cruz.
Yeah, he brings on Camavinga to change the game.
I rate Camavinga highly, bro.
I rate Camavinga.
I think it's time for them to pass on the torch, kind of thing. Because
I agree.
I agree with what Ryan's saying. Cruz is not the same. He's not the same Cruz, bro. Man was getting run up on by like Mount and the man. So,
but you know, even last season, I don't know. Things with me when I've just seen a world-class player, I find it hard to put that on their name. They're actually right. And as for City, again, a lot of City fans are saying he won't do it this time. I think yet again, Pep will overcomplicate and they'll capitulate. Honestly, we got the pedigree in the competition. I think in Paris, it's literally going to be Anfield South. They're probably not going to sell out the allocation. No disrespect to them, because I feel like I'm going to try and calm down on the ticket thing because they've been getting it for years. But it's true. Like remember how the Carabao Cup final was? It was basically Anfield South. Bro, I mean, you at the semi-final as well. Yeah.
Yeah, we were both at the semi. Yeah. Semi-final.
Well, right?
The City fans were embarrassing that day, I'll tell you. They had to have that banner in the top tier. That banner of the City banner.
It was mad. Even at half-time, obviously they're 3-0 down, but bare fans left. You know, if that's us, we're 3-0 down at half time. We got previous to that anyway from being 3-0 down at half time. You think there's any Liverpool fans leaving the game? Like, nah, man. I can't rate that.
But that's my view on Champions League. I just think City will overcome. It won't be an easy final. I think if we do first City in the final, it will be a 1-goal margin. That's how tight I think it will be. Whereas I agree with Ish. If it's Real Madrid, I think it's comfortable a 2-goal margin, possibly even 3. And that's no disrespect to Real Madrid. It's just I look at them.
We're better than them, fam. That's it.
Stronger than them in all departments. But yeah, Ryan, before we even go on to the Prem, after we touch base on Champions League and Ish has his say, we're guaranteed. Actually, let me not say guaranteed, but we're getting. Actually, no. Let me say guaranteed with chess. I've been saying it for the last week. We're guaranteed got 3 trophies. All of the cup competitions is a clean sweep. I'll give you my verdict on the Prem when we touch on the Prem. But yeah, that's
all right. Yeah, because I've got something on that with the Actually, I'll go now. Actually, before we go to Ish, in terms of the Champions League, yeah, I think it'll be City Liverpool final in it. I think we'll be okay against Villarreal on Tuesday as long as we're sensible enough. Just play sensible, professional. I think we'll be okay that game. And Villarreal, like, obviously they'll be more dangerous in their home ground. I think they'll have Gerard Moreno back as well. They missed him the other day, but honestly, I thought they didn't really offer a threat the other day, not even on the counter or anything. I think we'll be okay against Villarreal, so I think we'll get to the final. I'm pretty confident. I think City beat Madrid. I have to be real, man. I think they will. They're taking a lead there. Real Madrid, yeah, their attack's good, man, but defensively, Real Madrid are bad. No, I don't see how they keep City out, man.
They're not good, bro. They're not good.
They are so bad defensively.
The way I counter that, though, Ryan, is Real Madrid were poor against Chelsea and PSG, and they turned it around.
The City are different levels to those two teams.
Yeah,
man.
You're right. You have to add context. You're right. You are right. But I don't know. I just think pedigree could prevail here. Like, Real Madrid have that know-how. I think it's a Real Madrid Liverpool final. Honestly, City are the better team. I'm not disputing that at all. But I could just see Real Madrid doing something. Yeah,
just the fact this guy said it's us versus Real makes me even more convinced it's us versus City, innit? But like, yeah, man. I agree we would smoke Madrid in the final. I think Trent would be okay against Vinicius, but I think we'd smoke Madrid in the final. But I don't think we're playing them. I think we'll play City, if I'm being real. And this is where the whole Prem thing comes into it, because I think whoever wins the Prem will win that final.
Oh, you reckon? Wait, when?
Yeah. So that's the thing. I don't think it's like 8. That's the thing. I don't think 18-19. I don't think it's like 18-19 where one's going to win the Prem and the one's going to win the other. I think one's going to win both and the other's going to end up with none of them.
More of a psychological thing, innit?
With the final being a week after the league season ends, I think whoever wins the Prem will win that final. I have to be honest.
Fair.
I'll be real with you, man. I do not want City in that final.
I don't want City in that final.
I don't want City in that final.
But I've accepted it's going to happen.
You know what? Will they lose back-to-back finals, though? Has that ever happened before? Has a team ever lost back-to-back finals before? Like,
Valencia did in early 2000s.
I was just about to say.
No, Atletico was 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Valencia did in early 2000s. I think they lost 2 in 2 years. Yeah.
Bro, I would not be that confident against City in the final.
I wouldn't be. I can't lie.
I'm being real.
Do you almost think it's destiny if they get to the final?
No, it's not even that. I've looked at the way they've played against us in the 2 league games where they've had their strongest team out, and I just think that we can't afford another performance like that again, because they will beat us this time if that happens.
They smoked us in the Etihad game, but just to play devil's advocate though, like, even though I just said I would be worried to play them, this is our competition, you know.
Exactly.
Especially when it comes to English teams.
What we do have an advantage over is our players and manager have the experience of winning this trophy recently. Right. That's a big one.
That's why with the... Actually, we'll get onto the Prem later, but that's a big one, Ryan. That's a big one.
And dare I say, there's more pressure on them, you know, if it gets... especially.
I've said this, even if City win the title, there's more pressure on City to win this because they need the Champions League. If we lose, we've got 6 of them, man. We've won it. These players and manager have won it recently. It's not that much of a big deal. It'll hurt, but it's not that much of a big deal. If City don't win the Champions League, there's questions are going to get asked even more of Pep and that team in the Champions League, man. It's going to get asked, even if they win the league, that's going to be the major criticism of them at the end of the day. So there'll definitely be more pressure on City, I think, even if they win the league. So speaking of the league, just in these comments from Marco, Militao and Alaba are shit. Alaba ain't shit. Militao's fucking shit, but Alaba ain't shit. But Real Madrid, I think City are different levels to them, man. I can't lie. Like, I know we did City, man, but like, they're our rivals at the moment, but they're a very good team.
The way City moved them in that first half, It should have honestly. It could have been like.
So,
It could have been like a 6-2 kind of thing, man. It was a madness.
Even to add, I was just about to say, even to add what you're saying, there's me saying Real Madrid, it's a Real Madrid Liverpool final, but City could have put that game to bed, and
They
that's
should have done.
a Haaland or a world class striker, but just a guy that's going to put in the back of the net, because that first half could have easily been 4-0 City.
Bro, and Pep knew it. Pep was stressed. That Mahrez miss. Do you see the Mahrez miss where he didn't square it?
He went mad.
Shit, man.
That's when they were 2-0 up. If that goes to 3-0, I don't think Madrid are coming back into it. So it's a mad one. But Benzema, man, do not write this brother off. Like in the second leg, he could just.
I ain't writing Benzema off. I'm writing Real Madrid's defense off.
I tweeted it as well. Yeah, if we do get Real Madrid in the final, we beat them, but Benzema will score. We're not keeping the clean sheet.
He will score.
Yeah, it's inevitable. Certain things.
Just I think we'll score about 3.
Yeah, word. I think we're getting a couple. Still, man.
Their defense is just abysmal, fam. I couldn't believe what I was watching the other day, man. Their defense.
Salah against Nacho and them, man. Like, nah, bro. it's game over, man. It's game over.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you froze for a bit, but you're back now. It's cool, man. But obviously, skipping from the Champions League now, the league now. Actually, just a quick question on the Champions League and league, because I've asked this before to like Nick, Cams, Mons, and all these, man. Let's say, obviously, we want both. We want all trophies this season. But if I could tell you we could only win one, which one would you rather win? And which one do you think it would be? I'll go to you first, Ish, man, because it looks like
it's got to be the Prem, bro.
It's got to be the Prem. I agree.
I mean, like I said before, like this for me, this is our title retention in it this season. I just think to come back from, even though we had the games in hand, at one point it was 14 points in it.
Yeah.
Like you can dress it up however you want. If we had 2 games to spare or whatnot, we were 14 points behind them. So to come back from that, and it'd be nice as well because obviously 13-14. We should have won it in it. We let them back into it. 18-19, we had an 8-point lead. We let them back into it. So if we can kind of reverse that on them and then bring the titles, there'll be 2 titles to Pep's 3 in it. So I think that will make this kind of era a bit more of a
literally
not one-sided, essentially.
Yeah, because if it's 4-1, that's a bit media.
Yeah, it's a bit peak still. I can't lie.
Just to add to that, I think my thing froze again, but I got the gist of the question you asked, and word to what Ish just said. You don't want to look back. Everyone's going to look back naturally at this Liverpool and City era, but you don't want to look from. There's this. I can't lie. There's this illusion that this rivalry started 17-18. Yes,
it did. 18-19.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it did start 17-18 because we beat them in the Champions League. It started from 17-18, but not domestically. It was more European. Yeah. It didn't start people. I remember
the bus attack put a lot. It still sticks in people's mind when it comes to that.
But before the league game, City tried to do something cheeky, like I don't know if you lot saw it on their Twitter. They tried to basically stretch it back to 17-18 so they could so City could score
5-0.
a goal more. A goal more. Put a few more points. If they started from 18 to 19, we would have been ahead on more things. But I just feel, word to what Ish said, you don't want to look back at this era and see from 2017 to 2022 4-1 because it will just look it will look like our Prem was an anomaly, and that's not it wasn't like that. Like it doesn't
it's when you look back at people look back at the Ferguson Wenger thing, and when you actually look at it, it was pretty one-sided from you.
It was. Arsenal didn't retain it. The Arsenal didn't go back to back. That's what people don't realize. As good as that team, it's never been done. You know, gold trophy, all that. What they scream to the high heavens, but they never retained it, never. And to add to it, they didn't add a Champions League to it. So as great as that Arsenal team were, they
underachieved. They definitely underachieved for how good they were.
Because they only got to what? They've only got to like 1 Champions League final, innit? The Barca
2006.
That was late. That was kind of after
the end of the
So if we can add a Prem, going back to what you were asking, right? If we can add a
and
Prem,
equal the title record as well.
Equal the title record.
That's
for me. That's the one, innit? That's your bread and butter every week.
Yeah, because we're miles ahead in European cups anyway for an English side.
The title record.
That's a big
We've
one.
got double the second place team in it. But United have got 3. We've got 6.
Bro, Chelsea and United combined, we're still 1 ahead. Not even
Yeah.
It's mad, bro.
Yeah.
Our European pedigrees, it's no joke, man.
Yeah.
It's no joke. So
It's
I
crazy.
want that Prem. I need that Prem, man. I need that.
Yeah,
Anything
Marshall
else is a bonus.
says Prem as well. Roms, I think you went Prem as well. But which
Yeah.
one you'd rather have? But
Although
I
I
was to
love
tell
the
you-
Champions League, Prem just makes
Oh, yeah,
sense.
oh, of course. But if I was to tell you right now, we're gonna win one of the big 2.
Prem,
Which one do you
Prem,
think it
Prem.
would be?
Oh, which one do I think it would be?
Which one do you think it would be?
Champions League. Wait, have we touched on our prediction for the Prem yet?
No, we
Yeah,
haven't. I was
my
going to go
family
into it. I just wanted to ask this question before we went on
Champions
to the
Champions League. And there's
Yeah.
I've just had a feeling about the Premier season, you know. I don't know what it is.
I have as well.
I can see us even winning the Prem and somehow like fumbling the champs. Like it's just mad, isn't it? I just think we're gonna win some way, somehow. I have a feeling we're gonna win the rest of our games.
Do you think it was coming back from the 14-point
No,
thing?
Yeah, for me that's what's done it.
Because let's be honest, we all thought it was over, innit? When we drew to Chelsea, I thought it was over completely.
for
I
me
wrote it
when we lost to Leicester.
Yeah,
When we
Leicester
lost to
game-
Leicester,
the
I
Leicester
was
game
saying
was
it was done, but I was saying if we were to beat Chelsea, we're kind of still in it a little bit. But when we drew, I was like, nah, fuck it, it's
It's the
gone.
manner in which you drew as well, because obviously we went 2-0 up as
2-0
well
up.
in the Chelsea game. That one hurt, bro. That one.
Because you know what? Yeah, you have to add context to it. These games are much earlier in the season, but even the 2-2 to Brighton, like it's fine margins. That
Yeah.
we were
In my head, bro.
2-0 up.
For me, that's the worst result of the season. That's
the worst one,
even-
you know.
That's
even
worse
worse
than
than
the losses.
worse than the West Ham. Yeah, because the West Ham one,
Because
they were
it's the fact it was at
flying
home,
then.
innit? Ish.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the fact,
2-0
yeah.
up as well. You started.
You know
to
which one was
remember.
another bad one? Brentford
go on,
away,
bro.
that 3-3.
Even that one for me, yeah, it was early in the season. Brentford
Yeah,
was doing
so
a madness
I was just
then.
about to
They were-
say
they were-
That was
they
a
were
bad
doing
one.
well.
That was
But that Brighton, I
I
agree. The Brighton one was the worst. I completely
Yeah.
agree with that one.
And you know what? I saw it coming too, because when Mane's goal got disallowed, because he was 2-0 up and he had the.
Bro,
he
I
had
was
a-
there
he had a
behind the
disallowed
goal. I was celebrating
Yeah,
an easy 3-0.
He had a disallowed goal for offside, and when that was disallowed, I was like, "Nah, this is gonna be a techie, man." And then I can't even remember what their goals were like, but I think there was like just.
There was one where he whipped it and it went over Alisson and in, and then Trossard scored the second. I remember in the second half at the Cup, and I remember that. But
that was by far the worst. But to add to this Prem prediction, I'm going to be honest, and it's not what a lot of the channel want to hear. We win the rest of our games, but I just feel so do they. And then you know what that means. And the thing is, what my standpoint in this, I don't like Liverpool fans that are just shutting it off until it's not possible. It's possible. I do feel we can win the Prem, but do I think we will? This City team are a juggernaut, and they've been there and done it. Everyone keeps saying both teams will drop points from now to end the season. I think City are ending on 95, we're ending on 94. I think both teams are getting maximum points.
you know
I
what
can't
pissed
see
me off
even-
as well? We'll end up having the better goal difference as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That feels even worse, you know.
Right,
We'll
you
end
know
up
what's
having a
so
better
annoying?
goal difference.
For once, we don't even need them to lose. Just hold a draw. Like, just don't
Just
let
one
them-
draw. That's
Anything,
all
bro.
we're asking for.
Anything.
Yeah.
And the maddest thing as well, we've got the top goal scorer, top assist, most clean sheets, most
Most
chances
clean
created.
sheets as
Like,
well,
it's
you
just
know.
it's all looking. This is why I think we will win the league. I think these kind of things just average themselves out over the season.
I wish
We
he's
can't be top
confident,
of
you know.
everything, bro. We can't be. Listen,
I
there
love
is
when
a
you
madness
speak like
coming.
this. It's
There
because
is a
it
madness.
just
There is a
radio.
madness coming. There is a madness coming. I don't know. Something's telling me tomorrow, innit? But with Leeds, they're prone to just holding.
Do you know what will
beatings
make
as well.
it
So it could
sweeter?
easily
You know-
be a 6-0.
You know when I want it to happen, yeah? It will make it sweet and it will make it exhausting. But just Coutinho and Gerrard to say, you lot, we're doing this for our club.
Bro,
And
that's
then
the
the last
fairy
thing-
tale, but Villa are shit, man. Let's be
Yeah,
real.
they're dead. They're dead.
I
I
know
know
they're
they're
dead.
about a 15th, you know. They're about a 15th in the league. They're not doing well at all,
15th,
man.
man.
They're not doing well at all. If you look at the
You know
players,
what? Why don't we
It's
go
mad.
into each game that both teams have got left and see
Yeah,
where
let's chop that up.
and
Let's
see
chop
what
that
could
up.
Yeah,
happen in
let's go,
those.
let's go,
Let's see
let's
what
go,
could
let's go.
happen in those. So, because there's a lot of variables that could go into all this as well, man. So, with Champions League and all that stuff. So, obviously tomorrow, Newcastle away. Sorry, we've got 12:30, and they've got Leeds away. Who's got the harder game? I think it's us personally.
Yeah, I think St James's Park is not an easy place to go
place,
to
is it?
at all.
A lot of factors go into this. Where they are in the position, Newcastle Newcastle, where they're on the table, Newcastle in the high position. The timing of the game, we got it at the crack of dawn. City've got it in the evening. More time to prepare. Like Ish said, Newcastle in better form. We've definitely got the harder game. Definitely.
We've got the harder game, but if we do win that game, which I still think we'll beat Newcastle, I still think we'll win. I don't think he'll be
same.
comfortable, but I still think we'll get a win. If we were to win that puts a lot of pressure on Manchester City. And you know what?
And Leeds have purpose because they're not completely out of sight of relegation.
They're right in that battle, you know. They're right in that relegation.
Bro, I
battle.
deeped it as well. They've got Chelsea and Arsenal next as
They've
well.
got
So they need points anyhow, anywhere they need points.
Ryan, this is what I was saying to Ish yesterday on our stream. Burnley play Watford away. If Burnley win that game, I think they go a point behind Leeds.
I think they might go. Do they go ahead of them? They might even go ahead of them, you know.
They might. You know, I don't really.
They might have won 3 in a row, innit?
Yeah. They've won 3 in a row, I think.
We need Burnley to win.
I look past second, and that's it. I don't really business what I'm about to do it. When I see Newcastle knocked them, and I was like, what? What? The rest of the league fell off, man. But
you know, if we were to beat Newcastle, I think that's a big one because I think that's our toughest league game for the rest of the season, you know. But also,
that's where I disagree. Actually, no, carry on.
But I think if we were to win tomorrow, I think City are looking at the game tomorrow thinking we could drop points tomorrow, legit. I think if we were to win tomorrow, and this is where I deeped it about the Leeds game, I still think City will probably win that game, in it. I have to be real. But it wouldn't surprise me fully if Leeds were to shock a few. You know why? I deeped it. Ellen Road's a tough place to go at that time, and they're fighting for something. The crowd will be rocking. They've improved under their new manager. They're looking a lot more defensive. They're looking defensively better. They're in a relegation battle, but they're not doing badly under this new manager. That's one thing. They're
hardly conceding. That's the only
benefit. They're actually doing well.
But you know another reason what people haven't realised? Leeds got battered by them 7-0 this season, but last season Leeds didn't lose to Man City. Their players have got experience of getting results against Man City.
Because they had 10 men as well. I remember. I think
they had 10 men at the Etihad.
Yeah. And they got a one. I think they got a 1-0 win. But I think tomorrow's game is going to be a tough one. I do agree that R1 is the harder of the two, but word to what Rums was saying, if we pick up the win first, then. And my prediction as well, I don't want to give it too much away, but I think we'll get a late winner tomorrow, innit? I think it'll be a tight game.
It could be a Divock Origi winner.
Has your prediction changed from yesterday?
No. Because I told you I've done my research, innit? I went through. I'll get to that in a bit, but I think it's gonna be a tough game tomorrow, and I think it's gonna be a late winner. But if them man are gonna be watching our game, innit?
Oh yeah, I think City are looking at thinking that's a very realistic chance for Liverpool.
You know them one where they're all on the coach and they're all tuning in. You won. That psychological is that you gotta go.
But also they've got the Champions League, a really, really big game. And we've got a massive game on Tuesday as well, but we've got more of a cushion than Manchester City. They've only got the one goal going to the Bernabeu playing Benzema.
They play the Tuesday as well.
Tomorrow.
They play the Tuesday as well. Obviously,
they play the Wednesday. We play the Tuesday.
Yeah, we play the Tuesday. They play the Wednesday.
Yeah,
so they got an extra day to prepare, but
they got a harder game.
I think
they've got less of a cushion.
I think Leeds tomorrow. I think they're going to do something.
I have a feeling Leeds. If we win, I think Leeds could do something for sure. I really.
What are the other games that they've got left? Because I feel like this is kind of
not the last chance. Don't they have Newcastle away? I know they have Newcastle, but I don't know if it's away or at home.
City have got Newcastle at home next week, and we've got Tottenham at home.
Right. That's a beautiful segue into what I was going to say. You know how you just said you feel Newcastle's our hardest game. I think Spurs is, and let me break it down why. We always get a result against Spurs at Anfield. However, there have been a lot of draws.
A lot of close games.
Say that again.
Bobby last season. I swear that was last
Exactly. Minute. And have you realised it's very, even traditionally, it's always last minute. Remember, Balotelli's only goal was against the last minute where he just left.
Also,
from close range.
Do you remember it was 18-19 when he scored the maddest own goal at the end?
Goal at Salah.
Exactly.
Running off all the
It's even Van Dijk on Lamella last minute and Kane gets the penalty. And even remember even when Sissoko went on a mad break and should have squared
And
his
it's-
son,
And
and
he
he did
should've
something.
scored.
Man, that was
he
blocking
tried it.
2 men at the same time. man.
I'm saying from now,
tough,
I think
tough,
we'll
tough.
beat Spurs, but that's going to be our hardest game. And Spurs love when the other team has more of the ball, which is why I was kind of shocked why they lost to Brighton.
Especially against our high line.
Exactly. Because Vessi's Kane and Son against our high line, it will be problem. I feel we'll beat them, but Tottenham for me is our hardest remaining
Don't
game.
forget about Kulusevski as well.
Exactly. His last couple of games haven't been the greatest, but they have to. And the thing is, you don't really want to be playing teams at this time of the season that have purpose. They have a purpose to play. You don't want to be playing teams at this time of the season that have something to play for. So I do feel it'll be Spurs, because Spurs, as much as we're in for a title, they're trying to qualify for Champions League for the first time in a couple of years.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our hardest game for me, 100%.
Yeah,
I do see us winning that one though. I do see us winning that
Same. I do think
agree.
we'll win it. I do think we'll win it, but it's our hardest. I think it'll be harder than tomorrow. Even though we're at Anfield, it will be harder than tomorrow.
No, I hear that.
I still think tomorrow's harder, you know. I just think Newcastle's home form recently has been top notch, man. I have to be real.
Bro, I think it's like six home
wins in a row.
1-4 out of their last back. They are in great form. They are in great form. And I never thought I'd say this. If I said this at the start of the season, someone would slap me, but we actually have to look out for Joe Linton because he's doing a
He's on bitch, you know, at the moment.
Don't piss me off.
He's doing well.
He's doing it, man.
Man, so, you know what? It's since that United game. See what United just give players these.
Exactly, just give players confidence, bro.
That Nutmeg and Rashford game went live, bro. That is mad. It's mad. But they have got players we should be looking out for. But listen, I'm gonna be real, yeah. If we don't beat Newcastle, then City deserve to win the league, innit?
Oh yeah, I agree.
As good as they are, we should be patting them. We should. I know it's 12:30, but we should go there. Just do a professional, even if it's an ugly 1-0, 2-1. Like I'm taking anything to run, but
just the 3 points.
If we lose, it's gonna be heartbreaking, isn't it? But
because you know what's crazy, you lot.
It's just gonna be mad.
When you look in hindsight, like, you know, this is the time of the season where you just say get the 3 points. But let's say City do get a draw. Let's say, for example, let's say both teams drop points here, hypothetically, but City lose and we were
I was thinking that.
We go level. It's not a case, just get the 3 points now. Goal difference matters, even though we're 4 ahead, 3 ahead.
We're 5 ahead. So that's a bit of a cushion.
5. I think we're 4 actually. I think it's 4.
Oh wait, no, wait. What am I looking at? Yeah, it's 4. We're plus 63. They're plus 59.
But you know what it is, Roms? That's a very good point you brought up, because I was saying this to my dad the other day, actually. Let's say both teams, 5 games remaining. Let's say City win 4 games but lose 1, and we win 4 games and draw 1. We'll probably win the title.
On goal difference.
Run it back. I don't want to do the goal difference thing, because
I don't want to do the goal difference.
Park. We try to batter them, man. Like, listen, get the points first. We'll talk about goal difference end of the season.
And that's why it's the irony of it.
See that again, bro.
It's the irony of it. It's the irony of it. It's that normally they call this the squeaky bum time. At business end of the season, you just want the 3 points. You don't care about the score. But we kind of have to, in the back of our mind, it has to be in our subconscious. Wait, we actually still need to kind of outscore teams, because if it does go down to goal difference, it will be crazy. Running it back to 11 to 12, because you know what? I was deluded all these years when Aguero scored that last minute winner. I still thought City won it by like just a point. But when
I looked at 8 goals,
goal difference,
they won it by like 8 goals or something.
Mad.
Crazy.
Yeah, I hear that, man. But obviously, next week we have Spurs at home. Man City have Newcastle at home next Sunday, and we play on Saturday.
They'll win that. Newcastle, as much as like you said, Ryan, the home form's very strong.
City will win that.
Yeah, they don't travel well.
Yeah.
I was at that Spurs game when they got beat 5-1.
They got piped,
They just gave up after they hit 2-1. They were just like, yeah, cool, say nothing. But I just think there's going to be. I think I can actually see both teams dropping points. You know, what you're saying, right? I can actually see us getting a draw somewhere and then losing. It's bad. Are we gonna win? Are both teams gonna win our last 5 games? I don't know.
I can see
It
it. I
hurts
can
me to
see
say it,
happen.
but I think both teams are that good. It will happen. Like,
What's different? What's slightly different now is the Champions League throws a spanner in the works, because obviously we had the Champions League in 18-19 as well, but I just think with City, especially if they get to the final and getting through that Madrid game, I just think it's going to be mad, man. I can see somewhere along the line them dropping points, and if you really deep it, they've not got the biggest squad. I think we've actually got better depth than them. Like, if they get a couple more injuries, you can see at the moment their manager like being patched up right now. KDB, I know Walker's not been fit; he's been in and out as well. But by like 78th minute these days, these men are looking tired. They're looking like they haven't really got much in their tank. Whereas you look at our bench, just mad.
You know what it is as well, like even the psychological edge. I can't remember, but we have to go away to Southampton. Is it 3 days before the FA Cup?
See, this is what I was going to get on
or
to.
3 days after?
This is what I was going to get onto, because I've got the fixtures up. So
3 days
after City play, after City play Newcastle, we've got Villa away on the Tuesday, and they've got Wolves away on the Wednesday, the day after. I think we'll beat Villa comfortably in it.
Yeah, Gerard's telling them to.
Stevie G's going to tell the man them, just line out for the man in it. Just line out for them in it.
Yeah.
But even if it weren't to that, Villa are so shit, man. I think we'll win that.
Mings 1v1 against Salah, like, please, like, it's a lot.
But City away to Wolves, that could.
Yeah, that's been their bogey team.
That's a little bogey team for them, isn't it?
Yeah,
a little bogey team for them. Yeah.
But haven't Wolves won at the Etihad 2 years in a row? If I'm mistaken.
Nah, they didn't win this year.
They
won
Jimenez got that mad sending off. It's like, no, kick the ball away.
But do you remember the season we won the title? Wolves did the double over.
I knew it. The number two was synonymous in my head. I was thinking they've done something twice to City, and I know either that was 2 years in a row at Etihad, or it was 2 years within the same season.
They did the double over him one season.
Yeah.
But I think but then after that, the weekend comes, FA Cup final, so we don't have a league game that weekend. They've got West Ham away. Now, this is where the variables come into it, because if West Ham go through next week, you might as well give City 3 points.
City the win,
You might as well.
They've not got their biggest squad either, so they're not going to.
You saw how they even set up against Chelsea, resting Antonio, resting Rice and whatnot. We can't. I do want to see I do want West Ham to win Europa. When I look at the bigger picture, we kind of need them to get knocked out so they give a bit more in that City game.
And the thing is, if West Ham get knocked out of Europa, they will have to take that game seriously to try and make sure they guarantee themselves a European place at the end of the day.
Yeah,
it's true.
And I think, obviously, they're down an aggregate. I think they lost last night. I think.
Yeah, it's 2-1. It's 2-1. But if I'm being honest, I can see them probably coming back into it, because they've actually been better away from home in Europe. Obviously, they got the win in Lyon as well. Can't remember who they had in the round.
They won that game comfortably in
Lyon. Were moving to Lyon. They were moving to Lyon. But I hear what you're saying. We do kind of need them to get knocked out, but I think they'll turn that one around. I think the Wolves game is one that we should be looking at for City to drop points. And I'm going to say it again tomorrow, bro. Like, something's just telling me Ellen Road's going to be rocking.
If we win,
it's not an easy place to go. It's not easy.
If we win tomorrow, I've got genuine hope that Leeds could get something, for real. Literally. But then after that, we go to Southampton away. So you know what? Southampton are the weirdest team in the league,
You just don't know what you're going to get.
You don't know what you're going to get.
You actually don't.
But to be fair, if you don't give away any free kicks in that game, I think we should be fine. I can't lie.
Because I was going to say to you, Ryan, from now till the end of the season, I think that's the game we win by the biggest margin. I think we're going to pipe.
No, I think Villa away as well.
Yeah, but I can see Southampton more, because actually I can't even say
Villa.
Part of me thinks for the Villa game, back at Villa Park, they might want to avenge that 7-2 a bit,
Yeah, that was mad, because that was even before the injury, so I don't even know what happened in that game,
because we've not even
the high line got ripped apart. That's what happened.
Would you not say we even avenged it properly? Because even in the reverse game last season, Trent got the last minute the worldie, and this season, what was the score against Villa again? 1-0 again. We beat them twice.
Yeah,
exactly. We beat them twice, very tight at Anfield. So we need to proper avenge it. Like, give them a battering. That's a good point, Ryan. That'll probably be our highest.
Because it's their first. Because obviously, didn't we play them last season in the cup? But it was their like under 16s or something like that.
And they still
I
gave
think
us a
that was
game
the
as
year
well.
before.
We being like 4-1 or something, but it was like the
We had to bring on. I
16s.
remember we had to bring on like Mane and like.
We had to bring on Thiago.
Bro, it was mad.
Yeah.
It was mad. It was mad. Last season is just a myth, man.
Last season was a roller coaster,
Absolute
man.
myth. There's bare stuff I can't remember. I watched back recently all our goals from last season, and I think I just blocked out bare stuff that happened.
I'll be real. Last season is the season I don't even want to look back at. Remember, I forget so much things happening because I don't want to remember.
It's mad. Bro, man,
I think the only thing you take from last
Alisson header.
Alisson header.
We've got top 4 with like Nat Phillips and Reece Williams.
We got top 3.
I'm not
Forget
saying
top
4,
4.
Top 3. You're right.
And I think the two things you take from last season is obviously evidently the Alisson header, and that was the start of Thiago's form. Cool, he wasn't playing as good as he is now, but we know as Liverpool fans, everyone's like, oh, he's only doing it this season. No, he was doing it from about end of March onwards from last year. He was instrumental in that top 3 running.
When Klopp put Fabinho in midfield, that's when Thiago started to come to form.
I've got the receipts, Ryan. I always said once Fabinho and Hendo are next to him, you're going to get the best out of him. I said this even when we were in the mud. I said that. That's all he needed. All he needed was legs round him.
Because if you might actually remember it as well, if you actually check it, speaking of Southampton, that game last season when they beat us, Thiago was playing DM on his own. He was playing a lone 6 on his own that game. I remember that. I think that might have been
Henderson centre back that game as well, I'm sure.
Bro, it was like Hendo centre back, Thiago DM, and like Gini was playing in the 8. I remember seeing the lineup thinking.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Salah miss a penalty in that game?
No.
No. They just scored better. They literally scored like the first.
They scored first minute. Danny Ings. Remember when he lobbed it over?
Yeah. But I remember someone either missing a penalty or we missed a Stonewall sitter that we should have scored.
We should have had a pen. It was Walker Peters on
Mane.
Yes.
We should have had a penalty.
I think we missed a couple sitters as well, but. Bro, last season, man, like
you know what with last season,
I'm only laughing now because he got top 3. And that's the only
you know what was crazy about last season? It weren't even like the first half of the season wasn't bad. We were top at Christmas. The last bit of the season was good. The middle was fucking
that December,
bro. To lose 6, with or without fans, to lose 6 in a row at home, that's. Boy, like if you're not Klopp, if you're not literally that, if you're not Klopp, you're getting sacked. Like,
yeah. Klopp's credit in the bank definitely saved.
Word.
Like, it was mad. Absolute madness.
Like, we had injuries and all that. There's no excuse for losing 6 home league.
But we didn't even play good teams as well. It was Burnley. All right, City was in there as well. But
Burnley, Brighton,
Burnley,
Fulham, Chelsea, Fulham.
You know what? And I know you two agree. Had we had fans, we break the Premier League home unbeaten record because I'm going to say it, chest. We're going to go another year unbeaten at home. Like,
I think
it's crazy.
I think so.
Home form's mad. But obviously, if we continue with the fixtures, we go to the last game of the season. We've got Wolves at home. City got Villa at home. I can't lie. If this title is still in City's hands on the last day of the season, I've not got any hope going into that last game. I can't lie.
I
said that I called this.
Are you guys on the Gerrard fairy tale hype?
I'm not saying I called it first, innit? But when I check the fixtures and I see Villa City last game of the season, I was like, that Coutinho Gerrard link up. Listen, I'm telling you, last minute Coutinho on the left, inside left, gonna wrap one top bins. Gerrard's gonna the Jose knee slide. It's gonna be wild, bro. It's gonna be wild.
You know the only mad thing though, like. You have to look at little things like this. And much he hardly plays for them because of injury and whatnot. Leon Bailey and Sterling are compatriots. They're best friends. Leon Bailey might be thinking to these up. On this, man. Let me give my friend another prep. Like, I don't know.
He's been a flop, you know. Low key, he's been a flop, Leon Bailey. Because I was kind of, I wasn't jealous, but I was like, bro, that's a very good signing that they've made. But
he ain't done much there, has he? He's not done much.
He's had a lot of injuries still, but yeah, even when he has played, he has looked like a spark. But I just don't think Gerrard rates him like that because I know there's games he's been fit and he gets Origi minutes. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, them chicken change ones, bro.
Little 4 or 5 minutes. He gets Origi minutes, you know. Yeah. But obviously, we've gone through all the competitions then, but let's go on to something else. Jurgen Klopp's contract extension. And what are you guys' thoughts on that? Obviously, great. Go on, Ish. Go on. You clapping there.
I was just
go on.
gonna
I ain't got no word, bro. I just need a round of applause for
let me
Ula as well.
because I'm
Ula.
gonna echo it because Ish said it first. That is the biggest signing we could make.
Yeah, that's the
Ahead
best
of
signing
any
we could
outfield
make.
player, that is the biggest because that ensures stability in the club. We're just going to attract even more big players. I think we're guaranteed another 2 Prems under him and another Champions League. Like, it's just going to get very long for everyone. If your name's not City, it's just going to get long for you. Like,
Yeah.
and that's me saying that if Pep stays, because word to what Saint said, if Pep does win the Champions League, he might want to bow out on a high. Then it's just a free run for us. But yeah, what a signing! What a signing! What a guy! He's like family. Well, again, word to what Ish said. Oh, I was over the moon. I was singing the song. I remember the news broke. I was on the way back from work, and I just found myself just singing the song on the train. Like,
bro, I do that sometimes. When I think about it, I can't get it out of my head.
Yeah,
rad,
bro, the semi-final, the FA Cup semi-final, it was bouncing with that song. I loved it.
I need to go to a game where they sing it, man. I have to.
Mad. But it was like a one where, like, obviously, because we was. I think I was sat near you, right?
You were sat, I think, quite close. You were sat towards the court. I think I was a bit towards the left to you. I think.
Yeah, but I was walking down in the little like where the toilets and that are. It was kind of popping off more towards the other end, didn't it? So I walked all the way down to the end. But like, I'm just walking past like maybe a dozen people, and people just started singing it like randomly. I'm in the toilet, people just singing it, bro. We need to win something big this season, so the song kind of just takes on like that kind of like that new life. But yeah, like Ron was saying, if we could not sign anyone else this summer and you just nail down Klopp for another 2 years, then
I'd have taken that.
Bro, I'll take that. I'm not even gonna lie, because I think even if we keep the same squad, I think next season we can kind of do a similar sort of thing. But I think Klopp, I kind of read a bit more into it. I think Klopp was saying that he wanted the new signings and the players that are here already to kind of know that there's stability going forward. So that must be the one where you've been speaking to players and maybe speaking to Salah as well about the contract, and he wants to know that like certain things are guaranteed in it. So we know for the next 4 years, we're cool. There's no worries on that front. So it's amazing, bro. It's amazing.
Ryan, I've got a question for you because me and Ish touched on this yesterday. If we don't win one of the big two, if we don't win either, is our season a failure?
Oh, well,
because
I think even if we get the FA Cup and I think we'd have definitely underachieved, and it would be a big disappointment considering how it's hard to call it a failure, because when you're getting 90-odd plus points
and 2 trophies,
it's tough to say it's a failure, but it's a very heartbreaking way to end the season. It's a heartbreaking season
because our squad's too good not to win one of the big two.
Yeah, I agree. It's a heartbreaking season, but I think saying it's a failure is a little bit.
Yeah, it was a bit harsh in it, because I was calling it a failure and I thought it can't be 90 plus points, Champions League final. Yeah.
Do you know one thing I'm going to stand by though? Even if we end up with just a Carabao Cup this season, this is the best Liverpool team. This Liverpool team is better than 18-19 and 19-20.
Yeah, 100. The depth is
and the depth, and we've got a better midfield.
Do you know what's scary? And I was saying this to Ish yesterday, Ryan. Carvalho joins this, possibly Tchouaméni. It's just going to get crazy from here on out. Like, I can't wait, man. I'm
hearing good things about the Tchouaméni deal as well.
I'm hearing good things about
and
that.
you know, sometimes very good things. And you know, it's from reliable sources. You know, sometimes you just hear a random journalist, like, where have you even come from? Just reporting on it.
Yeah.
But this is reliable sources. Paul Joyce is one.
He's certified, isn't it? He's certified.
More time, 95% accurate. More time he is.
And if you man check it as well, apart from I say Werner and maybe like Nabil Fekir as well, when we're linked to a player seriously, we get them. We don't really like. It's either one where we just not linked to them at all and it's just done, like Jota and stuff. But if we're linked to someone over a little period of time, Fabinho as well after Kiev, we get them. Like, because it's not a one where we're going for the big signings like Mbappe or like I know there's talks of it, but we're not really in for a minute. But if there's talks of us being in for a man, then 95% of the time you get it over the line.
That's the beauty of it, because we can do the long haul where we want you, like the Thiagos and that. and the Alisson, and we eventually get you. Or you could just do the ones out of the blue. Like I remember Fabinho, I woke up and we signed him. I was like, what?
Yeah, that happened so quick.
Yeah, I knew he was a player from his Monaco and Madrid days, but that just happened overnight, literally overnight. So I love the way how we do business. And the Tchouaméni stuff, Real Madrid, apparently they're going to try and hijack the Gravenberch deal so he doesn't go Bayern. And they've got Camavinga as their long-term plan. I think we'll get Tchouaméni because they don't actually need him. There's just an interest.
I think we get him. Apparently the fee's been pretty much agreed.
Yeah, Monaco are happy with the fee. Apparently, it's just up to the player now. So and I've heard that the players wouldn't mind joining Liverpool. He's interested.
Obviously, we've got Ibu there as well already. His under 21 teammate. Like it's good, man. I can see it happening. I can see that one getting over the line. And for me, that's a big signing for us. I think that central midfield is I don't want to say our weakest area, but that's the one that
it's definitely the area which needs more improving because I think we've got enough defensive depth. Probably need a right back, backup for Trent. Attacking depth, I think we're all okay. It's just the midfield we've got. Apart from Thiago and Fabinho, when you go beyond that, it's such a big drop off for me.
Yeah,
after Thiago
and that DM area as well is a bit like
not even just drop off in quality, drop off in fitness levels as well. Like a lot of the other midfielders rarely play 10 to 15 games in a row. Do you know what I mean? So you're so right, man. Other than Fabinho and Thiago, it's the drop off. It is. I'm not gonna say it's crazy, but it's noticeable.
Yeah, I hear that. It is definitely noticeable, and we do need because when you look at the midfield options after Thiago, Fabinho, it goes to Henderson, and then it goes to Milner, who I think I'm hearing contract extensions. He just I don't know why we'd sign him up again.
You know what? Right, it's bad.
I love James Milner in it, but nah.
Right, Ish will tell you. Yeah. Start of the season, I would even say mid-season, I was on this guy. I wanted him gone. There's been many streams I said, you know what? I respect your career, legend or not, but just take. I never wanted him gone. Just take a coaching role, go upstairs. But now, I've just conceded to it. I don't mind if he signs just a 1 more year. I honestly don't. And the reason why I don't as well because I just genuinely think he actually will not play. I think he will probably just get Carabao Cup minutes. That's it. He won't even get FA Cup minutes, in my opinion.
Because if you think about it as well, I think Hendo next year is gonna fall down the pecking order. He's gonna be very much rotational in it. He's gonna be getting like the Milner minutes if you call it that. And I was, I'll be honest, I was kind of more with Roms pretty much all season on the Milner thing, like especially after that Chelsea game. I was like,
his name would get mentioned, and me and you would just laugh.
I was like, I can't see this done, especially with Hendo as well. I was like, these men cannot start together in the same midfield ever again. But I think Klopp came out recently, or like a couple months ago, and was like, he just said himself, he was just deep in it. He was like, this whole journey I've done with Milner, like, he was like, I actually can't imagine me being a manager without him in the dressing room. So I was like, bro, if this man is bringing that much in terms of like just energy to the team and that, you always see it. Bro, but you see them inside Anfield, Vince. It's always my man just going like standards and them lads. Let's do this, lads. Let's do this. Like, bro,
even the little things, you don't were at the game. Even the little things. Klopp wasn't going to do the
my man to go in.
And they was like, go and do it, bro.
Bro, I don't know about you, but I was like, bro, where's Klopp with the fist pump? Because I was away after the game.
From home, I was like, why didn't the camera showed it? And then the footage comes out. It's like, it's little things like that are key.
Yeah.
I'll be up for him staying another year, but I want to see five games max. I'm not trying to see any kind of run back to
5 games of more than the Carabao Cup.
Or like even a little, even like a little player third manager thing where he's with Linders and Klopp and that.
And in a tracksuit more time, and then he can put the shorts on if he really needs to. Man. One of them ones, but yeah, man, I don't mind it. 1 more season, and then he can bounce, give another 7 to Diaz, and then we just keep it moving, man. Then we just keep it moving.
Yeah, I hear that. But obviously, when you deep the midfield stuff more, then you've got like Harvey Elliott, who I really like, but he's still kind of young still to rely on week in, week out. Keita's there, and he's done really well, but you still can't trust him in terms of his fitness record.
Right.
I don't think Curtis Jones is good enough, if I'm being real as well.
Listen, it got mad on the stream yesterday. People were thinking me and Ish didn't rate him.
Let me ask you something.
Ryan,
Right?
in all honesty,
Go
I
ahead.
rate him.
Take it
But
away,
he's
bro.
going to be one of them players that do well elsewhere. I don't
Yeah.
think he'll ever reach Liverpool levels. And people got confused. That's not me saying I don't rate him, but the standard we have at our club, I don't know. And Ish made a very good point. If he wasn't a Scouser, would I have this much sentiment? No, I wouldn't. Like this sentiment stems from Gerrard bigging him up when Jones was 18, doing madness in the UEFA Youth League and stuff, and beating the captain. So yeah, I don't think he'll ever reach Liverpool level. But that's not to say I don't rate him. I do rate Jones very highly, but I can't see him having a real. And the thing is, if you say that for Jones, do you say that for Elliott as well? But I feel like Jones had a bit more time to prove himself. That's the only exception I give for Elliott. But Carvalho clears both of them. And I said it yesterday, I say it again.
100.
He clears both of them. His ability is just on another level to both of them. And I know he's similar age, but you can just tell.
Yeah. Nah, I hear that, man. I hear that. I think, I hear that with him. But if we were to go on, obviously, Salah got Football Writers Award Player of the Year today as well. Fully deserved, I think, as well. Obviously, people are complaining, oh, KDB, why didn't he get it and stuff? But let's be honest, Salah has had a difficult couple of months, but for the whole overall this season, he's been the best player in the league by far, I think.
No one comes close. No one comes close. The only one I say comes kind of close is Alisson, if I'm being real. Like, in terms of like consistency over the whole season, it's been
exactly because even Bernardo at a bit.
Bernardo's gone off a bit recently.
Patchy as well, man.
I remember that peak period during Christmas, he was another level. Then he just kind of wasn't able to keep them performing. Not say he's played bad, but he had. For the main thing for him, he was getting the most numbers he had ever got, and that kind of tailed off. But again, we're in Pep speaking about us rent free. Like, I know the interviewer asked him questions, but he could have shut it down. He's saying, "Do you hear what he said today?" Klopp said, "Alisson."
Rattled, bro.
It's just that allow it, man. Just
Pep was rattled today in that. Yeah, that was a weird comment that he made in that interview.
Even Bernardo was doing it recently, talking about our games and that when they didn't even ask him about it. Man's all saying, "Oh yeah, he'd rather be in their position."
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Bro, it's just like, keep my team's name out your mouth. Innit? We don't talk about them. You don't talk about them in interviews. We just talk about our thing. Like Virgil's all saying, like,
remember Ish the tweet like, Liverpool fans can never admit KDB's good, and you were like, because we just don't.
They don't care, bro.
And it's true.
They don't care. Like, I like KDB as well. I like him a lot, but he doesn't enter my thoughts, bro. I don't see him. Like, I don't think about them, man. Right now, I'm just thinking Liverpool only, and we just got to do our business. But yeah, Salah, there's no competition for that Football Writers Award. No competition at all, man.
100%. Like, and obviously he's being our player of the season, but I think you mentioned Alisson, and he's been brilliant as well. But I think another person that I don't think is getting the credit he deserves. We all know obviously how good he is Van Dijk. Yeah. Because to come back from that injury, and obviously there were first half of the season, even though I think when people are saying, "Oh, he's finished, he's declined," like he was coming back from an injury, and he weren't even that bad. He was just maybe a few dodgy moments, but I think since in 2022, I think he's probably been our best player in 2022. If I'm being honest with you.
He's been very good. I wouldn't say. You know what, Ryan? Yeah, that's how good. Ish said we've just got greatness running through our club. That's how great our club is, because you can make a case for that. When you just said that, I thought, but then I thought, you know what, you've got a point. For me, there's 4 players in 20. If you're just talking this calendar year, there's 5 players you can make a case for: Thiago, Mane, Alisson, Dijk, and I feel like I'm forgetting one.
I'm saying Robert. For me, I think Robert.
Oh my god,
Robert 2022 has been excellent, bro.
In Trent as well.
Let's just say our whole
team, man. Whole team. Barring Salah, Salah's got credit from the first half, innit? From pre-AFCON. But I think everyone else in 2022 has been.
I'm barring number 20 as well. I'm joking. He done it. He done his thing against Arsenal. That January.
No, call him by his name. Don't disrespect him.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's mad sometimes to watch him, but he has been bagging. But
bro,
this little
honestly, I've always said Jota should just be an impact sub.
Oh, you don't rate him,
Ryan.
Ryan,
we're all three in sync, because I don't want to put disrespect on his name, because even in the league, he's I think joint 5th or 4th top goal scorer, and he scored some important goals for us, and he set the tone. But Ryan, where we've been so spoiled with the beauty of Firmino, and then we see him just giving the ball away.
Bro, he's got
I
he's got
punch my
decent
walls.
movement. He's a decent finisher, but the rest of his game shambolic. Let's be real.
The touches.
It's
What I will
so
say is,
bad.
last couple of games he's come off the bench, the link up's been better in it because I've been onto him. I've been watching him very, very closely.
But you know
Villarreal, he's been decent.
I got
and
yeah,
then the
yeah,
game
yeah.
before that. But normally, when he starts, the ball just bounces.
Oh, when he starts,
I
it's horrible.
got sold a dream because when I saw his goal at Goodison and the way he took on his man and just it to Paul, I thought, bro, this guy can actually dribble and link up play. Then I'm seeing all of these performances. I thought, you got me. You told me a dream.
Yeah,
But
but honestly, I've said this, like, he shouldn't be starting. Legit. He should not be starting for me.
He might turn into Origi. Like, just be that.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, yeah. Origi's better than him, you know.
In open
I'm
general
gonna
play,
say that,
in
yeah.
general play,
Origi's finishing.
I can hear it.
Origi's finishing
Origi,
is as good as Jota, and Origi holds the ball better than Jota as well.
You know what? Origi doesn't have that like explosiveness in it, or like he does, but like the pressing thing, he ain't got that on lock. I'm gonna be real. Sometimes he's pressing.
I hear the pressing thing still.
You ain't really, and in our system, that is kind of like especially for the middle guy in the front three. That's kind of, you need to have that. That's why I think Origi's not played more games for us. But I hear what you're saying in terms of finishing and like link up. Bro, Origi's link up for like, because he's a big dude as well. I think his link up is very underrated. But yeah, Jota's got he's got to be just. If I'm Klopp, I'm just saying. See, in training, just you and Bobby, you just like, you could go and do separate training, teach you how to do the link up and how to track the ball and that. Because even sometimes it's like the 5-yard passes.
He can't even complete 5-yard passes. Probably it's that bad, you know. It's that bad.
It's bad. But I don't want to get onto him because he's been great for it. Like,
you know what?
Right? You know what's funny about all this? We're all laughing and sadly getting onto him, even though we love him, we unconditional, we love Jota, but we're all getting onto him a bit. He'll probably tomorrow bag.
If he plays, he will bag. Let's be real.
And he likes his kind of games as well.
That's a stinker.
That's just Jota for you.
Now, you know which game defines Diogo Jota as a player? That Arsenal away game a few weeks ago. That's Diogo Jota.
When he got hooked, he bagged and got hooked.
He was so bad. They were dominating us because of him, because he was losing the ball every time the ball went forward to him. Then suddenly he gets a chance, he scores. But Klopp took him off. That was his last kick of the game. Klopp took him off.
And you know you must
taking him off anyway. He took him off and became better.
Normally, if he scored, if a striker bags,
they keep him on.
They'll rethink it. But he was.
But Klopp knew. I'm still taking you
remember, even after the game, Robbo was getting onto him as well because they were having they done their post-match interview together, and Robbo was like, "Oh, if he kept the ball better, he might have not been."
Because you know there's truth within
facts, man.
There's truth within every joke. Robbo tried to start it out, but we all know he meant that because Robbo trying to distract him in the interview.
Now, do you know what else was funny, man? Like, do you remember that after we beat United, and Thiago and Salah had that interview, and Thiago, the striker thing, and Salah went winger, and he went, "You're a striker."
You're a striker, bro. Thiago's played with. Don't forget, Thiago's played with Robin and Ribery. He knows real.
Yeah, he knows what a winger is.
He knows real what a winger is. Salah, like, we love you, bro, but you're a wide forward in it. Like, you're basically our striker in our system, but. Yeah, that was,
you know what? I think the final question to you guys before we close out the show as well. Obviously, you mentioned Matip, and like for people here, you know, like I am like Joe Mike fan club in it. Like I am like head of his fan club, man. I love that guy. But obviously, where do you guys stand on the Matip Canate thing? Do you think it's sort of like depends on what game it is, perhaps? Like, I'll go to you first, Ish.
I would say it's like a horses for courses thing. Like if I'm being very honest, I don't really mind which one of them starts. Like it depends on the opposition. Depends on for me it depends on the opposition. This season, Klopp's kind of gone with Kanai in the Champions League games, like the cup games. Yeah. Which I'm like, we've got the most clean sheets in the league. Like I think second best defense as well. Like there's not really much to argue with. But I would personally, I prefer. Put it this way: if it was a Champions League final tomorrow,
I'm picking Matip.
I think I'm picking Matip as well.
Matip. Oh, there's no doubt Matip's better than Kanate. There's no doubt for me.
But it's getting closer. The gap's getting closer. I don't think it's
close. I'm gonna throw a Matt. I'm gonna throw a Matt Spann in the work. I still think our best centre back partnership it's Gomez and that. But we'll never see. We'll never
It's
see it
not,
again.
nah.
And the reason, no, listen, Ryan, hear me out. We'll never see it again because the other two just have more rhythm. The only way we would see it, God forbid this happens, touch wood doesn't happen.
Injuries.
If both Matip and Konate both got injured, but you need to remember, Ryan. I know Matip did play a lot of the 1920 season and 18-19 more than we give him credit for, but Gomez and Dak were integral in both of us winning the two big trophies. I still think that is our best.
But Matip and Van Dijk won us the Champions League.
But in the Prem, that
I know,
1920,
in the
I
Prem,
think we went.
yeah.
I think we kept 10 clean sheets in a row or something in like the middle part.
And that's
And
what I'm saying. I think recency bias plays a big part. It's easy just to forget about Gomez because he's hardly played. But if you actually remember Gomez and Dak at their peak, like the only time Gomez just had lapses in concentration. Like one that annoyed me. I know it was early in the campaign, but the year we won it, we had a group game away at Napoli and it was last minute. And Gomez just had a
2-0
mad lapse in concentration. He does have that, but again, he's young. I think he's only a couple years older than Konate.
24, yeah, he's 24.
Yeah, he's about a year or two older, but I still think that's our best. But I'm not deluded. We'll probably never see it again. We've had too much rhythm with Konate and Matip, but I do feel, Ryan, Matip, it is horses for courses, word to what Ish said, because it's got to a point they're both so good, which everyone I see on the team sheet, I am not bothered. The only thing I'll say recently, though, why I might side with Konate a bit more, he's scoring.
Yeah.
That is a big fact. Like, then actually, no. He's scoring, but then Matip starts off a lot of our attack. But then Konate is creeping into Konate.
You know what? Konate, yeah.
Bro, it's mad.
Konate is very good on the ball.
You know? We're just brilliant.
Underrated on the ball.
Konate is very, very good on the ball. I will say that. The way he breaks the lines with his passing's very good, man. I still think Matip's better than. I think personally, I've always said this. I think Matip's better on the ball than Van Dijk. You know.
Dribbling, yeah, but the Van Dijk thing is.
Van Dijk's got the better long passing on it.
Yeah. I thought you meant
Matip breaks the lines better with his passing than Van Dijk.
Yeah. Matip's a better dribbler. That's facts because he always goes on a dribble. He's more confident. Yeah. He's a better dribbler. But playing that part, for me, a pass that defines Van Dijk is the second leg away at Bayern to Mane. That
goal, man. That's one of my favorite.
That one, and also the Chelsea 18-19 when Salah scored that banger. You man forget that.
Yeah.
Passed over to him, and then Salah just had a mad touch cut inside. Then the rest is history, as they say. But yeah, that one, and then the Bayern one, like Rom said, mad. 60 or 70-yard passes, just like on a sixpence. Like it's mad.
Yeah, I hear that, man. I hear that. But yeah, I think we'll close out the show there, people. It's been a good one. Big up you guys for coming on as well. You got anything you guys want to plug? Any streams or all this stuff? Ish, I'll go to you first, man.
Just holding it down while Saints away with obviously with Roms as well. So we got a Newcastle. We're gonna do the review some point over the weekend.
Tomorrow or Sunday. We'll speak about it more. Yeah.
Yeah, Roms, you got anything else, bro?
Bro.
Yeah. Just literally hold it down for Saint. Me and Ish, we're probably gonna do a review tomorrow. But yeah, other than that, find me on Twitter. Tweeting not even just about Liverpool, MMA, boxing, everything, but that's all my socials there. Same name for everything. And hope you have enjoyed the stream. Like and subscribe. Sarcasm City, Brian. This is a great show. Thanks for having me as well.
Yeah, big up you guys for coming on, man. Big up you guys for coming on, man.
Everyone have a good weekend.
And then the quad is happening, man. It's happening.
Yeah, quad is happening, man. Quad is happening.
I can feel it.
Let's just run with chest let's just run with chest, man. As long as it's possible, we'll say it. We'll say the quad's happening.
We're the only ones that can say it right now. That's the figure.
Facts, man. You know what? This is I said this. This is no team's going to get a better chance of winning the quadruple than this. No team.
Because just to add to this quickly before we close, even City were out of competition. They didn't even reach this point themselves. When everyone's just trying to associate the quad with them, they would have by now got knocked out of a FA Cup or a Champions League.
They got knocked out the semi-finals last year of the FA Cup.
Yeah. So
so no team's gonna get a better chance, man. I do think United came close one year. I think 08-09 they won the league cup. They got FA Cup semi-finals and they lost the Champions League final.
Yeah.
kind of the same City did last season. But this, I mean, we could actually end up winning less, but coming closer to winning all
Closer,
four.
yeah.
It's just so
It could be when we
crazy
get
this
to
whole
like 3
season, man.
finals. The league comes down to the last day as well. It's fine margins, man. It's fine.
The
Well,
finest margins, honestly, man.
It's mad.
It could be the greatest season we've ever had, but it could be the most heartbreaking as well. Let's be real.
word.
Yeah, facts. But big up everyone in the comments as well. Big up for tuning in. Make sure you go and subscribe to this channel and stay in LFC TV, and we'll see you guys next time.